a second?
That's not what I
burn.
meant. That's not what I meant.
So what you should
Sorry.
have said is I need your manly hands.
Okay.
Hey,
we're
I
live.
like that much better.
I like
Are we live?
We are. I got
Choose it though.
Yay! Okay, I didn't get to read this one, so I'm gonna.
the one where everyone gave Jenny a hard time.
No one gave you a hard time yet.
What do you mean?
Well,
Aww.
We gave Stephen a hard time.
Okay.
That's different.
Oh, I was.
Hey, everybody!
Okay.
All right, we're trying this fancy new tripod. It looks like we can get closer. There's no way we need to be that far away.
yeah.
Be scared. Be very scared to be able to see us up close.
Yes.
What? You don't like Topo Chico?
No, sharing a bathroom with a girl is disgusting.
Oh, okay. Now I've got it all. We'll eventually get this straight, guys. Dancings. There you go. That's it.
In the place to be. 2 giant iced coffees, but I'm working on 3.
Man, you're just like dropping the raps like no.
That's from Hamilton. I just
Oh.
changed. Hey, what I miss. What I miss.
Hello. Sorry, we're our dumb Wi-Fi. I forgot to turn my phone to cellular, so now it's on cellular. Welcome to your extra expensive version of Minute to Skim It. Where I'm using cellular data.
Yeah.
We love you guys. All right. So I'm going to do my Marvel first because it's quite a bit. I did not get to read this book, but I wanted to so badly. Cover looks amazing, and it's written by Tim Seeley, so I know it's going to be great. Shatterstar, #1, came out this week. It's a good place to jump on if you don't know anything about Shatterstar. You've forgotten everything about Shatterstar. Here you go. Tim Seeley's writing about Shatterstar, and it looks awesome. Let's see. There were some other really interesting, not part of any other run books that came out this week, which are kind of cool. There is a What If. Flash Thompson was Spider-Man instead of Peter Parker. It's a really good look at what Flash's attitude would have been toward that role. You know, he was a super cool football player, and so he might have looked at it a little differently. He already had that heroic attitude, unlike Peter, who kind of was like, you know, he didn't know what to do with it to begin with. So it's a really cool book. X-Men Black. Here you go. The first one was Mojo, right? We have X-Men. We didn't have X-Men Black Mojo last week.
No.
I can't remember. All right. So maybe Magneto's a start.
Yeah.
So here's Magneto. Yeah. Well, I know, but they're all #1s.
Oh.
It's all the bad guys.
I don't think
all in
that
a row.
one was last week.
So maybe Mojo's this week.
Yeah.
So this is a really sweet look. This is Chris Claremont, which of course is the longtime writer of X-Men for probably a couple decades. So it's great to have him on this book. So this is a look at Magneto alone. It's more focused on him doing his own good deeds. So when you meet him, he's in a cool cafe talking to the daughter of the cafe owner, who's actually working as a waitress, and they bond, and the adventure is not really her doing anything with him, but he realizes that they've started to take the kids of mutants and put them in a mutant kid camp. It's, I think, supposed to parallel this idea of the illegal kiddos that are in camps right now, trying to figure out how to deal with that. So it's a really sweet look at him being actually a good guy. And the other one that's kind of by itself is this Infinity Wars Sleepwalker #1. I believe there's only 2 parts to the Sleepwalker story. Also a great place to jump into the Marvel Universe if you are not familiar with Sleepwalker. Although it does make references, like it has, you know, as seen in Sleepwalker #1, which is in 1991, I believe. So if you have some cool back issues you want to reference to, you can learn more. So basically, Sleepwalker is a character who operates in the dream world. So his counterpart's a human, and he puts him to sleep, and he comes out and he does his stuff, but he operates in the dream world / nightmare world. This is a cool, complex look. There are new characters you see, because this is part of the Infinity Wars storyline, which has some of those Infinity Warps. So you get to
Okay,
see
that's
some
cool.
other combined characters. Remember, when Gamora used the stones, she actually folded universe. So now, instead of having characters that are separate, every single entity in the Marvel Universe has now been combined with somebody else. So you're going to see some really cool combinations in this book. You'll like it. And part of the Edge of Spider-Geddon verse, you see the Superior Octopus. Yes, he has to deal with the fact that he was part of Hydra in this book. Yes, he has to deal with the fact that he's also a clone. All of those things kind of play in this book in an amazing way. So don't miss this book at all. And I think it's Superior Octopus actually has another secondary story in it. And make sure it's not another one of the ones that was reading. I think it does have a secondary book. So read to the end. There's more things behind it. And then Cosmic Ghost Rider. Oh, Donny Cates. You always write all the good things. The premise of this book is that Frank Castle is the Cosmic Ghost Rider. He's been spending all of his time giving the penance stare to Thanos. He decides he wants to prevent Thanos from ever happening, so he steals baby Thanos in Cosmic Ghost Rider #1 and decides to raise him as his own. It's not going to work out ever the way he wants. So in this book, you not only have baby Thanos, which he's still carrying around, but he also realizes that he has actually raised, there's a second one, so it's, I don't know how this happened. As in all time space things get really weird. So there is a Thanos that's wearing the Frank Castle shirt as Punisher and has made his own world and shows his dad what amazing things he's accomplished. Oh my words. It never gets boring when Donny Cates writes, so.
Oh goodness. Go ahead and do this one. This one. Sparrowhawk, #1.
Boom!
Yes. It's so good. I had no idea. I mean, the picture just, she looks like she was in a fight. And I'm going to try to move it over here so that way it's not behind the words.
Well,
and,
but there's no words for them.
Oh, that's true.
Huh? She's trying to avoid the words, which are the comments that are this way on our phone.
Because
But
it somehow
that's
got
not
switched.
That's not the way
So.
they see it. Sparrowhawk.
It's about this young woman who, it's kind of hard to describe her family. She was brought into this family by her dad, who she loves. Her family, she doesn't really fit that well, but they love her, just not necessarily as much, but it's kind of sad, but she and her sisters got along really well, but one of her sisters dies, so now she has to fill her sister's shoes, and while this is happening, she is looking at a picture of her mother, a painting of her mother, and she gets teleported into this other world. And so now she has to find a way back.
Does she really want to come back? It doesn't sound like it's all that awesome.
It's better than the other world. Let's just put it that way.
Okay.
She has to save the other world in order to get back, though, it looks like. And I'm really excited for more.
Love it.
Yeah.
Jeannie, where's yours? Are those these? Okay, which one do you want to do?
No, because if not, I don't know.
Which one do you
Let's do this one.
Okay. Okay, so you've got the cool Typhoid Fever Spider-Man by Marvel. Oh, that's cool. I'll look for you.
Oh, thank you.
I'm the center person. I can
This one's very interesting. So there's not much Spider-Man involved. I still can't figure out if he was really in a coma or not. But we have Mary, and she is disturbed. She has no place for the disturbed. She has powers that she uses in her own disturbed ways. So they try to kind of foil those, but you're gonna have read the book and see the rest, because the rest would be a spoiler. But it's definitely worth picking it up. There's some twists. Do we control her powers? What do you think?
I like.
Good
That sounds
art,
super cool.
very interesting, kind of twisted.
You don't
More
wanna say
than
it's
kind of super twisted. But it's a really, really good book.
Yeah, the artwork looks great too. I kind of looked through while I was checking off because I was curious about it.
Yeah, just know that Typhoid Mary's stuff is never straightforward.
No.
Of course.
Ever. I don't know if I have anything that matches today. Let's look. I do. Okay, so that's that. All right, I'm gonna do my IDW.
Mhm.
That's image. Okay. All right, so there's some cool stuff out from IDW this week. I highly recommend picking it up. I didn't know what to think about this book, the Star Wars Adventures: Tales from Vader's Castle. It's got a great Finkavia cover, by the way. I love it. So imagine that they are telling tales in the Star Wars universe, but they're meant to be a little bit creepy. So
So like ghost stories.
yeah, like ghost stories. This is another friend, so ghost story. So and these are kid-friendly ghost stories, so it's not any scarier than any of their like goosebump books. This is fine to pick up for them. But if you're an adult, you will not be sad, like think it's like a baby book. It's not. So pick it up if you are a Star Wars fan. You will
It
love.
looks good.
All right. So for you guys that were watching TV on MTV in the 90s, you know who the Max is because he had his own cartoon on MTV and it was amazing. And also if you read any Sam Keith books with the Max as a character, it's awesome. Okay, if you don't know anything about the Max, I'll give you everything you need to know. So he is a creature from another dimension called the Outback, not like from Australia, but its own dimension. And he has a best friend on Earth, and she actually in that dimension is called the Jungle Queen. So in Earth, he looks like kind of like, I don't know, if you had like a normal person that was purple and had pointy finger hands, then I guess he was normal, where he looks like a bum. So he lives in between these two worlds. He jumps back and forth. Now this tale is about him and Batman. Now, in the Outback, that the Jungle Queen's Outback is different. If you go into it from her side. If you go through his, it looks different, and if you go into the Outback from somebody else's mind, it's different still. So I think what they're trying to say with this particular Outback is that it's Batman's Outback.
Okay.
Which is really cool. Yeah, and those things are not good in the Outback, in Batman's Outback. Things are all kinds of broken, so I think that this book is going to be an adventure of them trying to fix what's going wrong with the Outback. You don't actually get to see the Jungle Queen at all. So, and the art is awesome, Sam Keith art, as always.
Yes.
I gotta do more because we're never gonna catch up if I don't.
Nope.
All right, so I'm gonna do only image, and then we'll be probably close. All right, this is a trigger warning book, and it says so on the front. Juke Joint deals a lot with abuse, people dealing with abuse, and people giving abuse. So just know, it's not at all for kids, but it's gorgeous. So the idea is in the juke joint, lots of crazy stuff goes on. There's lots of permission things that go on there, but you cannot touch unless you're invited. So, and there's a lady there that rules over all. So if you break the rules, you answer to her. And she has more than just regular power, by the way. Think voodoo, that kind of stuff. Really, really great book. But not for everybody. It's really ultra-violent, just so you know. Question!
This is how it looks on my phone.
Well, I don't know how to fix it.
So I was afraid of.
Well, how do I fix it?
I don't know either.
What does it look like on your phone?
It's flipped.
Yeah, it's on its
is
side.
on its side.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
and
There's,
Miss Jen's the
What
only
happens
one.
if
can I look
You
at
open
your
it up?
phone for a sec? I think I might know how to fix it. Oh.
Yeah, Miss Jen's the only one on frame.
We might be able to rotate the camera through the settings.
Oh my gosh. Okay, you work on that. Just don't turn off the thing because if you turn it off, you have to start over again.